Yeah, so Janet, you know how it is when people are in transit, people have different habits. I know for sure that there are times when you just want to put your feet up on the dashboard, relax, and maybe doze off. But I can tell that you're already cringing at that thought. So when it comes to, to transit etiquette, tell us more about it.
Well, you know what I'm going to start off with? I'm going to start with your in-car, within the car etiquette, because
Okay.
that's where it really starts off, and it's like, is your car or your vehicle or your bus, whatever it is that you're driving, is it home away from home or is it a pigsty? I mean, this is where it starts because it's all about your image. And I'll ask you a couple of questions. What are you guilty of? And what is your image like inside your vehicle? Right? Because it says a lot about who you are. And there's so many etiquette breaches that we see, first and foremost, right? I love the one that you said about putting your feet up on the dashboard. Yes, some people wouldn't mind doing that. The whole art of sleeping in the car, number one, is a no-no because of the odor and the bacteria that it generates, because sometimes you may do it yourself, or you might have a driver that does it. Sleeping in the vehicle is an absolute no-no because it's, the whole odor and the whole bacteria generation is bad. But there are some common things that a lot of people tend to do. And of course, top of the list is really eating in the car. Now, nothing wrong with eating in the car, but the problem is the aftermath. Do you eat with the windows all wound up? You can imagine what's going to come out of that, the smell of the food. But what about the empty packets, the empty wrappers, the empty bottles, right? And the empty containers that people tend to drop in the car thinking maybe later I'll clear it up. You're making your car a dumpster. And if you have children that eat as well, you can imagine. So really and truly, a lot of very busy women and some men too, if you enter the car, you'll be amazed at what you see.
Yeah.
This is really bad because some people don't even take the time, to, clean the car on a regular basis or even at least once a week. Cleaning of the car is extremely important because so many things just come up and creep up into your vehicle. So you should have an air freshener in that vehicle, at least the car freshener at all times. A sanitizer is good and some handy water, a bottle of water, even in the boot, just for whatever emergency. No, without a doubt, tissue paper should be in that vehicle at all times, right? And hand wipes, if you can, if you're one of those things. Now, what should stay in your car and what should go? Or what should stay in your vehicle or what should go? Because there's a whole lot of magazines and papers and even old newspapers that pile up in the vehicle. And even old papers and receipts and you name it. People just dump the receipts, all over the vehicle and it just piles up. So recognize what should stay. Of course, never leave your laptop bag in the vehicle. Okay, because those are things that people will have their eyes prying on. A bag inside the vehicle of any sort, even if it's got anything inside it, is just an eye catcher for somebody who is prowling around looking for what to get from someone's car, right? So you don't want to keep things like that in your car to the visibility of someone else. If it has to be in your vehicle, then stay in the boot. But you know what? If I were you, take everything out of your vehicle. Keep your things with you at all times and bring your things into the car. Don't take too many things. People are hoarders. They take a whole lot of things in the vehicle. They don't need them, right? And the car just keeps piling up. Then I want to also mention the fact that, even with keys, it's very easy to lose your keys when you put your keys in the vehicle and, God forbid, anything happens to your vehicle and you lose your keys, not just lose those keys to very important places. And don't put important documents in your bag, like your passport or your ID card or things that really suggest this is your identity, that says who you are, probably has your address on it and all of that. Please be very careful. Now, my dear sweet ladies, it's always, we're in a hurry, want to do our makeup in the vehicle, whether it's a bus, whether it's a car, whatever the beauty of the car is, whatever status of the car is a car, right? And if you put your makeup in the car, fine, but there's a huge tendency that you're going to stay in that vehicle. A lot of men complain a lot when they see makeup here, there, and everywhere on the, on the car, on the window, and be careful. Get a towel. If you have to do your makeup in the car, always carry along a towel. Lay your towel on your lap first, do your makeup so that anything that spills around powder, it's around you. And you can easily wipe your hands against your towel as well. So careful not to stain. It's so easy to stain the handle and men just don't like that at all. Some of you have to go to do exercise and you have to drive to the place, or you take a vehicle to wherever you're doing your exercise, or even to the gym. When you're coming back, you're sweaty and you're smelly. Now be mindful, because that's going to leave an after smell in your vehicle, okay? And so you definitely need to have air freshener at that point in time. Sweat and smell and grime is not nice for the car at all. So if you are the car owner, wipe down your vehicle, do a good clean wipe down. Even if you can't do a complete car wash, wipe it down, because you have sat into that seat and you have sweated into that seat as well. Bacteria creeps up everywhere. You touch that steering with your dirty hands, right? Or you've seen somebody pick their nose, or your driver has picked their nose or whatever, and they touch the steering, and you decide that you want to quickly dash to the supermarket and you quickly get onto the car. Remember, wipe down your steering at all times, whether you're the one using the vehicle or someone else is using the vehicle for you. Always wipe down your steering, because that's where bacteria stays the most. And it goes straight to your hands. Hello? And
for that purpose, it's usually best to have wipes, yeah. Yeah, I was saying for that purpose, it's good to have the wipes. Yes.
Always have your wipes. And sometimes, you know what, because of the little crumbs from biscuits and crisps and sweets and stuff that you have eaten that you really can't see, micro crumbs, there will be little bugs in your vehicle. You can't see them. So you once in a while, spray down your vehicle at night, close the windows, so that can help kill off all the creepy bugs that are in your car that you actually cannot see. Right? Be mindful about throwing things out of the window. People tend to do that quite a bit as they're driving, as they're moving. They throw things out of the window. No. There are some countries that you get heavily fined just by throwing things out of the window. One thing again too that we do not like that happens, is quite natural, is gassing in the vehicle. Now, you know what? Winding down the window doesn't really cut it, right? So, and sometimes you can't help it, of course, but that's why you want
well, it's just as you said. In most cases, people can't help it. These things happen, and then unfortunately, the AC might be on, and everyone just has to take it in. But you know what? You know what we're going to do, Janet? Unfortunately, we do not have enough time to continue with this. We've talked about etiquette in the car. Hopefully, we'll talk about etiquette outside transit as well. For now, though, I must say very big thank you to you for your time. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
You have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, it's time for a quick break. We will be back before you know it. Stay with us as Wake Up Nigeria.